I'm just thinking, Jamila, that you're asking about women's studies, and I have difficulty just even saying women's studies and feeling that I really know what I'm talking about. And I think it's because I think we need to change the emphasis. I think we shouldn't be ashamed or have a problem around saying me studies, us studies, our collective feminine studies. Somehow women's studies sounds a little bit boxed in. I think it's about the feminine of humanity, and it's not just women that have the feminine. Yeah, that's where I'm coming from, I think, on women's studies. I want to see it evolve as a way of communing. Have I told you that I do a lot of ceremonies? You know I do, don't you? We haven't done anything for a long time, but you've seen me do ceremonies.
Yes, you did a ceremony in St. Martin's.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. That was when I first met you, that's right. And I've continued doing that, and I want to do more. I think we need new forms of communion that comes from very deep within and that we share. And it's a sense of sharing the sacred feminine. And sometimes I think it's okay for guys and other people to share children. I've done ceremonies where children keep running in and out. And so I don't have a very fixed idea about what communion is, except I know, for me, I feel inwardly nourished, and I'm very interested in this inner place that I'm wary of using the word spiritual, a spiritual place. I think it's very easy to misunderstand that word. But yeah, I'd also like to go on to talk about another way that I'm looking at inner space. Is that okay? Can I just talk about that because it's coming up for me? So I think that I feel that older women, people around my age, we have a lot to contribute to society. I think that we haven't been recognized by society as elders. I never got introduced to anyone who's a wise woman or an elder in this society, but I have when I've traveled, and I've had them pointed out to me and been introduced, and there's a sense of dignity, a sense of a deep level of respect. And I think our society needs women to prepare themselves as elders. And I think we would do that by learning how to listen. I did once know a woman called, what's her name? Dr. Rachel Pinney, that's it. She was the first person to talk to me and teach me listening, the skill of being able to receive what someone's saying without any contradictions or interruptions or judgments. And that ability to actually listen, to give someone a deep listening is very, very healing. And Dr. Pinney had realized that and developed creative listening. And I learned it from her and then kind of let it go, the technique. And I've come back to it and realized that in our society there's, in all kinds of ways, we're cut off from listening to ourselves and really listening to each other. And I think it's something that, again, it inspires me. I'm inspired by wanting to understand what it is to be a woman and how to speak about it like I'm doing now. I'm still working out why I want to do women's studies, but I know that I feel that I'm, as a woman, quite often lacking in self-esteem, lacking in a sense of everything being okay about me. I doubt myself quite easily. I find myself having this not being good enough playing in my head. And I think that this is very common for women. It might even be normal, but I think it originates in early experiences, probably in the family. But I think it's an issue that we really need to address. Our self-confidence, self-esteem, self-respect, how we see ourselves on the inside, and how we express ourselves. I think it's very important that women have a sense of sisterhood. And when I've been to different countries and travelled, I've found that in some countries that exists much more, and I feel I'm included in a different way as a woman. So travelling has been very important to me in affirming myself as a woman. And I feel very, very proud now to be part of the women's movement and able to acknowledge that.